All right, we're going to put lots of pieces and parts together today. Remember, I told you earlier in the year that ratios and proportions were going to be around for a while, and we were going to do lots of them. We've done them with geometry. We've done them straightforward word problems, the is over of equals percent over 100, just done lots and lots of different things with proportions. So today we're going to start looking at pie graphs. And I'm sorry you can't see this whole sheet, but maybe we'll make the best of it. I think that's supposed to be Mr. Zabriskie, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, he asked his class to vote on where they wanted to go for a field trip. And these are the choices: Nature Preserve, Art Gallery, Science Museum, and a History Museum. I'll be honest, none of that sounds too good to me. But anyway, so they all voted, and there was 30 of them. So the key here is that 30 students voted. And we want to know how many, if this is the pie graph, how many voted for the Nature Preserve, how many voted for History, how many voted for Science Museum, and how many voted for the Art Gallery. That's what this little table down here at the bottom is asking, but I just can't show you all of that at one time. Well, some stuff we should be able to do in our head, because 50% is half. So half of 30, we shouldn't even have to solve that one. We should know right off the top of our head that that's 15. If we wanted to do 30%, remember percent means per 100, so that's going to be 30 over 100. And then we are going to have, we want to know how much of that, and then we got the 30, because the 30 comes from there's 30 students. So now when we cross multiply and divide, we've done that, done these proportions for a long time. So 30 times 30, I'm sure we can probably do that in our head, but just to make sure we don't make any mistakes, 900, divide by 100. And that means x equals 9. So that means that 9 students chose the History Museum. Now, the Art Gallery is 10. So if I did 10%, and per 100 means the percent, and then 30 is going to go here because we're talking about 30 students. That's our total number of students. So we're going to have 100x equals 300, divide by 100, and x equals 3. So that tells me that 3 people chose the Art Gallery. If this is 10% also, there's really no need to do that either, because it's going to be the exact same number. So hopefully, if I did my math right, if I do 15 and 9 and 3 and 3, I should get 30, because all of these should equal up to my 30 students. So 15 students wanted the Nature Preserve, 9 wanted History, 3 wanted Science, and 3 wanted Art. Okay? So that's just one way to look at a circle graph. Now we'll look at another circle graph, and it's going to ask us some different type questions. There's the kind of question is kind of endless as to what it's going to ask. But on this one, we're looking at the cafeteria weekly sales, and it says which food item was most popular. Well, if you look at the 6%, the 17%, the 32%, 11%, 21%, and then 13%, and sorry, this is a delayed reaction here with my pen, and what I'm talking about is that the most popular is going to be the biggest chunk, which is pizza, at 32%. Now it says if the cafeteria owner earns $470 in a week, about how much does he earn from pizza? Well, we've got to think about a proportion here. So if we look at our table, we are talking about percents, and percent means per 100. So we're going to put 32, because it tells us 32% of the weekly sales comes from pizza. Now in our question, it says that the cafeteria earns $470 a week. So the amount they earn is going to go here, and then we have our x. So same thing we've been doing for a while. It's just a different way of asking, because we have to look at a circle graph. So we got 100x equals, and if I do 470 times 32, we're going to divide by 100. Sign this up a little bit more. So I got $150.40. So if I slide this up, I'm sorry, I got too much for you to look at, not enough room. It said about how much. So about, if I got $150.40, that would be about $150. Okay? So again, for tacos, it wants to know if the cafeteria earns $470 a week, about how much comes from tacos. So we know the percent is over 100, the $470 a week, and then we've got to pull this back down so you can see the tacos. So if we look for tacos, we know that that is 17%. So I'm going to put 17 over my 100. And I'm sorry this is so hard to see with, maybe I should have shrunk the worksheet before we looked at it. So 17 times 470. We're going to divide by 100. $79.90. So if we look at our choices, I'll fold that over. Sorry, waiting for the camera to catch up here. So it says about how much would be 80 would be our, well, I didn't even show you what I was looking at. I'm sorry. I still didn't have it up enough. I apologize about that. All right, so about how much, that $79.90 is going to be about 80. So you're going to have lots of different practice problems on circle graphs. You have to pay close attention to the percents and then the total of, it could be money, it could be votes, it could be lots of different things. If you have questions, don't forget you can email me or call me.